What's up, guys? It is your girl Tree with another tip from Tree Tips Media. It is a snow day here in Kansas City, so I need to do some content. I got a lot of people been hitting me up about the difference between Diddy's case and the ex-CEO of Abercrombie clothing line, Mike Jeffries' case. Because as we all know, Mike Jeffries was let out on a $10 million bail, and he has some of the same charges that Diddy has. Diddy has a little bit more. But let's get into this. So the judge denied Diddy a bail for the third time. And a lot of people couldn't understand why they denied Diddy and allowed this man to be let out on bail. His Diddy's attorneys actually cited this in their motion for Diddy to be let out on bail. The prosecution answered with the differences in the cases because the judge wanted the prosecution to address, what's the differences in the cases. So, in the judge's response to denying Diddy bail, he also cited Mike Jeffries' case. He said the difference is that Mike Jeffries does not have any criminal history, meaning Diddy didn't been to jail before. He didn't had assaults. He didn't assaulted people. He have a lot of violence in his record, in his history. This man had no criminal history at all. Also, another thing that Jeffries doesn't have on his case is the RICO allegation. Diddy does. He does. That's a huge difference. The judge also cited the fact that Mike Jeffries is 80 years old, Diddy is in his 50s. That doesn't make a huge difference for me. I don't care. They locked Bill Cosby up and he's in his 80s. So the age difference doesn't make a difference. But the prosecution put in their response how Diddy was found with guns in his house when they raided his house. And the guns had the serial number scratched out. Why Diddy would have guns with the serial number scratched out as a billionaire, have no idea. That's just, I don't know. You a billionaire, dude, and you living like you a hood dude. That's kind of weird. So the judge took all of that into account, and he came back and said the cases are different. This man is 80 years old. Diddy is in his 50s. Diddy have a history of violence. This guy doesn't. So another thing that the judge also he cited in his response was the video of Cassie, of course. Also, text messages between Cassie and Diddy when Cassie was basically telling Diddy about all of her injuries and how this is not cool. Another thing that the judge put in his response of denying Diddy's motion was that Diddy has been contacting these witnesses. Now, he's in jail. He got busted for using three-way calling. He also got busted for having people put money on other inmates' books so he can use those inmates' phone privileges, their code. Meaning he's up to no good and he's in jail, right? So the judge is basically saying that the community will still be at risk. If he let Diddy out, it'll be the 24-hour surveillance crew that's around him 24/7, but the government is not paying for those people. Diddy would have to pay for those people, and according to the government's case against him is that he uses the people that he pay to work for him. So the judge is not convinced that Diddy won't be able to use this 24-hour surveillance company to work for him in this case. So he's basically said that Diddy hasn't been going by the BOP rules. What makes me think that he will follow the court's rules at this point. Another thing is that the witness one, Diddy kept contacting that lady, and I said this in a private interview, in a prior interview. Dude, this lady was under grand jury subpoena. He contacted her over 100 times, then started talking in code as if no one would know, even though he knew his phone was tapped. He was still doing this. So the judge is basically saying that Diddy is a loose cannon. And lastly, the judge cited the fact that Diddy is not even listening to his attorneys. His attorneys have told him to do certain things, told him not to do certain things, and he's still doing certain things. You know, it was said that in this raid that they did on his cell, that his attorneys was trying to say that that was legal paperwork that the police took pictures of and showed the judge a legal pad where it said legal at the top and said all of his pads say legal. Well, I guess apparently they forgot that the police took pictures of when they raided Diddy's cell and showed those pictures to the judge. And on those pads, it didn't say legal. So the judge basically told Diddy's attorneys, don't misrepresent yourself in here. Don't let that happen again. So the judge also used that against Diddy in this bail hearing. Now, people are saying, can he appeal this? Well, if you guys go back to my prior interviews, I talked prior videos, I talked about this. Diddy is actually already in appeal. He's in appeal court for the other two bail denials. However, this bail hearing, they had to put the appeal bail hearing on hold in order to bring it back down to this court for the new judge to hear new evidence, allegedly by his defense team, for this bail hearing. Well, now that Judge A has denied this for a third time, they're just going to take the original appeal bail hearing off pause. So yeah, it's not over for his team to still try to seek Diddy a bail. They're at the appellate process. But guys, as we know, these judges, they don't like going over other judges' cases saying that that judge made a mistake. And I bet you that's what this judge, Judge A, did when he said he was going to think about this case. I think he went over the other court cases where they denied Diddy bail, and I think he came up with the fact, I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to overstep their ruling. And he basically ruled against Diddy again. So, y'all, this is a lot. Diddy probably just gonna be stuck in there until he go to trial, and probably if he get found guilty, he's gonna be stuck in there doing a lot of time. Your girl Tree will be keeping up with this. I will be reporting any upcoming new changes or anything happen. So tune in. This is your girl Tree, and I'm out. Smooches.